Greetings, hope you're doing well. It is Monday. It's time for our Monday Mental Moment. Hope you had an amazing weekend. Looking forward to a greater week ahead. I have a question for you. How many of you wonder if you have a purpose? How many of you wonder if there's something bigger than yourself that you should be doing? Well, I wonder this every single day. I even wonder, what do I do with this that I have within me? What do I do with the thing that's crying to come out? And I've been stifling it, pushing it down, saying, no, not yet, but not even knowing when the right time is. I wrestle with the idea daily of wondering, where am I supposed to be to let this thing out? Right? Where am I supposed to be to understand that this is my purpose that's within me? It might be you having constant ideas pop into your head. It might be creative songs or lyrics that pop into your head every single day. It might be you seeing images or visions or painting or drawing things that no one else can see. It might be you cooking up something or creating an idea or a business that no one else really can understand. The visions that you see are a part of your purpose. The vision that's way beyond your sight are a part of your purpose. And you wonder, how do you deal with it? How are you supposed to get to the next level? How do you become rich? How do you actually solve the problems that you're facing right now? Finances, health, mental stability. How do you fix all those things and at the same time figure out this uncertainty called your purpose? I'm there. And I've been there and I'm there again. And I don't have an answer, but the only thing I can think about is sometimes when we are too scared and we allow fear to become greater than our faith and the things that we believe in, we tend to be stuck. We tend to stay in this cycle that doesn't allow moments to happen. And the moments tend to be like little effervescent bubbles that kind of elevate us and push us closer to understanding, accepting, and living out our purpose. I say that because how many times have you found yourself blocking moments from happening? I think I do it maybe once a day. And it happens when I ask myself, but why? Or someone else is doing that, or they do it better, or they have more, or they look better, or they're smarter. Whatever the reason is that you are saying to block yourself from allowing your moment to happen, that's blocking you from getting closer to your purpose. There's something in you that is bubbling up within you, that's boiling, and it comes out at times as frustration. It comes out at times as anger. It comes out of time as feeling like a failure. But in reality, it's waiting to come out. It's trying to find its way out, but you are wrestling against it to keep it in. Sometimes you have to get uncomfortable, sit with yourself, be uncomfortable to find that clarity. Because you're asking something that deserves to be out to stay in. And the way you're asking to stay in is by putting up all these roadblocks, by not allowing these moments to happen, these moments of clarity, these moments of change, moments of transformation to happen. They need to happen for you to do the bigger thing that is waiting within you. It's tough. I know it. When you doubt yourself every single day, when you wonder every single day if you're meant to do this, if you're supposed to do this, are you the right person for this? Sometimes you got to take that risk, that leap of faith, not the leap of fear, the leap of faith that really takes you to the place that you need to be. Listen, I know it's not easy. I'm the king of procrastination. But I also know that sometimes when you keep pushing ahead, you can knock those letters down and eliminate procrastination and make sure you get closer to where you're supposed to be. It's just a wall. It's just a barrier. And it's something you tell yourself that you can't do. But the other side is that you can. So eliminate fear and amplify faith. Allow yourself to realize that there is a question that you're the answer to. If you wonder if you can do it, then certainly it is meant for you. That's all I have right now. Have an awesome day and an amazing week. I'll talk to you soon. Greetings. It is Tuesday. Takeaway Tuesday. Hope you're ready for this nugget today. I'll tell you right now, the other day I was in my house getting ready to get out, and I looked at the mirror, and I kind of stood there and I looked at myself, and it wasn't a vain thing. It really was just me thinking to myself, do I look good? Do I believe I look good, or do I think I look good, or am I convincing myself that I look good? And all those questions may sound very confusing or jumbled up, but in reality, it's like when we see a reflection, what are we thinking? Like, are we comfortable with who we are? Are we comfortable with where we are in our lives? Are we comfortable with what people think about us? Do we care what they think about us? And are we just trying to convince ourselves to continue hiding the reality that we see in front of us? All those things went through my head, and I was like, what do we do when we actually step in front of a mirror? If you do look at a mirror, because sometimes we just know who we are. We are convinced that we are the best, and it's okay, because you can live your life in a more peaceful and harmonious way when you just really don't allow the noise to really distract you or confuse you or impact you. So I was thinking, I was like, wow, like, man, like, I'm here watching me. I think this outfit looks good on me, but then I got these other things I'm thinking about. Oh, look at my weight, or this hat doesn't match, or this shirt feels a little tight. Things that just shouldn't really matter, because if I know who I am on the inside, then that's all that really matters. The real me is hidden by all the exterior that others are seeing and possibly judging. So as I talk about making moments to movements, the question has to come from, how do I know it's real? How do I know I really have a purpose? How do I know when that thing that makes me happy and light up and comes easy to me is my purpose? How do I know that? How do I know I'm not convincing myself, rather, that this is supposed to be right because I'm stressed out by the thing that's a challenge, because I want the easy way out, because I don't want to put more time into something that requires me to spend more time? How do I know that I'm not convincing myself that something that I'm good at is my purpose, and it may not be? I think far too often we find ourselves in jobs that we aren't good at, right? And we are there because maybe it pays the bills, maybe because they rely on us, maybe because I've been given a little bit of power, whatever it is, but it's not fulfilling you. But we tell ourselves every day we're great at what we do. I remember I caught myself a few times always trying to figure out if my job description or my job representation could always align with my friends who were lawyers, who were real estate moguls, or who were anything that, you know, a general manager didn't stack up to. And I'd always try to figure out, how can I say my job is just as good as yours? I think sometimes when I would try and figure out how do I word what I'm doing so that I can still feel respected, I found myself lying to myself. I found myself seeing a vision that wasn't reflective of me. And I think far too often we get caught up in that spiral of trying to be something that we're not. And it keeps us further and further away from our purpose. Because when you walk into your purpose and the thing that needs to happen for you, when you walk into it and walk towards it, things line up. People may fall off. Your paths may be more clear. You may get opportunities that you didn't think you were qualified for. Who knows, but you're being a truer and honest version of yourself. So how do you know it's real? You know it's real when it feels right, and not a forced feel right, because you wrestle every single day with wondering, is this the right thing for me? Is this the right job for me? Am I with the right people? Am I in the right relationship? We wrestle with that every day, and that means it's not real. And it isn't questioning the authority or the validity or the worthlessness of it. It's really saying, is this a fit to who I'm supposed to be and where I'm going? That's the true wrestle. It isn't, I love him today, I love him tomorrow. Like, no, it's really asking if what you are doing aligns with what you're supposed to be and what you are meant to be doing. So as you look at a mirror and you think about the realness of what you see, is it from the inside you're looking at yourself, from the outside? Which eyes are you using to see the reality and the truth that you are to be living? Now, that's a good question, right? Am I looking at it from the exterior eyes or the internal eyes? A purpose is built within you. You are built around a purpose. Therefore, whatever you look for must come from within. Your moment is going to happen, so your movement will occur. Trust me, it's coming. That's all I have for you today. Have an awesome day and an amazing week, and I'll talk to you soon. Greetings and welcome to Walk It Out Wednesday. So, you are taking like a step closer to believing that you have a purpose. Let's say you actually believe it. Now you want to figure out How do I get it? And what do I do with it? You know, I'm in this mindset right now of really trying to understand, what do we do when we find our purpose? Like, what do I do with it? And I think back to when I was younger, and as I've gone through life, wondering, why haven't I been financially successful yet? And I think I remember my mom telling me one time, God will test you with little to see if he can give you much. And I guess I haven't been handling a little well. And I think when I think about that on a financial level, I think we're given signs and indications through our lives about what our purpose is. And when I sit back and realize the jobs that I failed at, the jobs that I haven't really enjoyed, the people that I have had in my life that don't really, meet my needs or help me get too close to where I want to be, I realized those were little tests for my purpose. They were testing my patience. It was testing my resilience. It was testing my willingness to see what I can do for those individuals, because in the end, it was going to do more for me. So what do you do with this purpose? What do you do when you have it? Like, can you spend it? Is there a financial gain? What is it? For me, I've lost so much over all the years that have led to this point, that I can't afford to step into a purpose that only gives me more loss. And I'm speaking from a perspective of finances, because that's a focus in my mind right now as we go through this pandemic, being without a job. But I also think that when you think about your purpose, it's a lot more than finances. Because I remember telling my sister, who had sickle cell, she's since passed, I'd always say, you got to keep fighting, because you're not fighting for you. Like, someone's watching you. There's a kid who's watching you that wants to know how to fight this disease, that wants to know how to get up every single day with your passion, with your love for life, and your desire to be great. They're watching that. You may not think that what you're doing is a lot, but in reality, it's a lot for someone who's watching you. So sometimes when I think about purpose, I know it isn't always for me. And it may sound in poor taste to say you're doing it for someone else. But in reality, I remember a pastor used to always say, wait in line because you're next, right? So if you're actually blessing someone by what you're doing, your blessing is coming through your process. It's hard sometimes to really think that what it is we're supposed to be doing, that is our purpose, is going to give us a resolve that we think doesn't align with us. And it may upset us because we may not see the thing that we want, because in reality we have to see the thing that we need. And it's hard to see it sometimes because we want something else. We may want results faster. We may want to skip the line. We may want to find a shortcut, but we need to go through the process of being able to handle the small to handle the large. Yeah, there's luck. Some people are lucky. Some people have to work really hard to get the results that they need. I'm one of those people that have to work really hard. And I think a lot of people out there are as well. But when you think about purpose, once you have it, what you do with it is, it's a gift, and we give gifts away. So if your gift is listening to someone, if your gift is being able to talk to someone, if your gift is being able to help someone in a financial way, if your gift is being able to open up opportunities for underserved communities, if your gift is to really help people's hearts, help people build better relationships, whatever your gift may be, whatever your purpose may be, work on giving that away. Manage it very, very well, because greater will come from that. That's all I have for you today. Have an awesome day, and I'll talk to you later this week. Greetings. It is Thursday, Throw Out Thursday. I want to start with this idea of I gotta because I have to, or I gotta because I must. Well, that idea, to me, I align it with keeping people or things in your life because you feel an obligation to them. And I sit back and I think about how many times we have let people remain in our lives, whether it's a relationship, family member, close friends, possibly even a job, remain in our lives even though it was toxic or it wasn't helping us move forward. It just felt like an anchor. You felt like you were doing more of the work to keep it going and keep it afloat, and they were just kind of sitting there holding you down, holding you back. This can come in different ways. They can not be honest with you. They can be, mooching off of you. They could be, speaking ill about you and talking positive to your face. Whatever it is, the things just don't align with you, so it's not giving you energy. It is sucking it away from you. So the obligation of I gotta because I must, I would replace that with not everyone's going where you're going. And letting people go sometimes is the best thing. It hurts. It's painful. It can be a challenge. There's a freedom that comes with it as well. There's a lightening. You lighten your load by getting rid of people sometimes, or getting rid of things sometimes, or leaving a job or a place that doesn't have positive energy for you. When you find your purpose and you really start to ask questions and lean more into why you're here and what you can do for others and yourself, you ask questions to the point where you become very uncomfortable. And that wrestle that you have is you asking yourself, is it right for me to do something for myself? And again, when I say selfish, it isn't about being selfish, it's about taking care of you to take care of others. It isn't, again, allowing those people to take advantage of you. Sometimes we find ourselves really wrestling with the idea of, I want to do something better, bigger, greater, but I can't because of boom. And boom could be person, could be place, could be thing, could be finances. It could be limitations with your experience or educational achievements. Whatever that boom is, sometimes in reality, you may just have to take a leap of faith and step out believing that because you asked the question time and time again, because you felt that spark of excitement and energy when the thing that you align with has given you a breath of fresh air, given you an energy to awaken you, you're like, I need to explore this some more. So when you think about how do you develop your purpose, you definitely want to align with who you are inside, understand what you have inside, believe it. It requires you to actually believe it for it to come to life. You can ask questions and have doubt, but the more you ask, the more you will reveal what your purpose is, and you'll find those answers. You want to find the things and people around you that can be valuable resources to you, whether you're having conversations, whether you are looking online for different inspiration, whatever it takes for you to be encouraged every day about taking this leap and taking this path. You want to find people that will not be anchors, but will help you be buoyant, floating, and help elevate you to another level so you can be great and give that back to someone else. It isn't easy to walk down this road, I'll tell you that again, but it's rewarding when you get there. And I'm saying this as I go through this process with you as well. It isn't easy to be in a journey. Letting go of people, letting go of things, and developing something that you really have no idea about, it's tough, but the rewards are there. The thing I really appreciate is really believing that there's something greater within me. It gives me hope. It gives me hope that whatever I don't like or I think could be better, or I think there's an easier, more efficient and effective way to do something, it gives me great resolve to really understand that and accept that there's something that I may have within me or someone else may have within them to make this question have an answer. The answer exists. The questions come up after the answers have been in existence. So that's just some things that you want to ensure about developing your purpose. Find a way to really spend time with you. Spend time away from the things that are blocking you and holding you down, and spend more time with you. Like a basketball coach, he's there to guide the team. So find someone that can coach you or be a coach for you. But the team, they practice every day. So you have to ask yourself questions and develop this part of you that may feel new or foreign. It takes time to actually step into something and practice every single day for it to become a habit and for you to become more comfortable with it. Again, it's not easy, but it can be fun. So the thing that you may feel obligated to do, which is to keep people around or to keep doing things that aren't rewarding, you can take that same energy and put it towards investing in you and creating a bigger moment to have an incredible movement as you walk towards your purpose. That's all I have for you today. Have an awesome day. I'll talk to you this week. Greetings. It's Friday. Here we are at the end of another amazing week. I hope you've had a great time tuning into these quick little messages that I've had to share. Again, they're notes to myself, and I hope that they can benefit you or others that you know. But I also hope that I'm inspiring you to really think about what it is you want to do next for your life. And whether it's next or as you continue to develop yourself, I really felt that this week was something I wanted to kind of really hone in on and really be focused on. And I took the idea of purpose to really be my driving force, to be that thread that kept the entire week going. And I really wanted to use purpose from the perspective of the moment that happens that makes you create a movement, again, which aligns with your purpose. So that came from me really thinking back to a post I had a while ago that said my movement is bigger than my moment. Something along those lines. You'll see it in the end. But Monday we looked at how do you deal with it? How do you deal with this idea that this moment could be something, this purpose could be something? How do you deal with it? And then Tuesday we looked at how do you know that it's real? Like, how do you know that this thing that you believe exists, but you're not sure? How do you know it's real? Wednesday we went further and said, well, what do you do with it when you start to believe that maybe you are created for something greater? Maybe this moment can happen and you can probably make a movement out of it. What do you do with it? And then Thursday we kind of round up and said, well, how do you develop it? Like, how do I develop this purpose, this thing that I believe I'm supposed to do? So now you've kind of gone through that process, which again, doesn't take 5 days and doesn't take 30 minutes. It takes a long time. For some, it may very well take years. For some, it may very well take decades. I definitely want you to know that for me, I believe that there's something that we were all created for. And at times we have this yearning within us that always feels like we're being pulled somewhere. Or when you're in some place that's comfortable, a relationship, whether it's a job, whether you are making a certain amount, whether you have a certain amount of education, there's always something that's pulling you for more. Now, some people may be content, and content isn't bad, but usually when you are driven to do more, there is a tug of war that is happening within you. And that's you, your inner core, your purpose, telling you that there's something greater that is missing. Something greater within you that's got to come out. So now Friday we're here on Forge Forward Friday. We want to talk about, okay, I'm ready for it. So what do I do next? Like, I'm ready for it. Like, I believe this and I'm ready. What do I do? Well, it's not easy. It takes time. But the biggest thing I've had to really adjust for myself, perspective-wise, is really understanding that if there is a question, then I'm the answer. Now, reverse engineer that. I'm the answer, searching for the question. Kind of hard to really put it into perspective. When you start to look at it that way, you don't necessarily have to always change who you are. Change the being that you are, because you are perfectly made in the way that you are. You may have to become an expert in various things to help enhance your purpose. But you were created for a purpose, which means you're the answer to a problem, known or unknown. It's hard to understand or know that, but the mindset that I tend to have is really, when you look at that, it's easier for you to absorb and accept a lot of things that are foreign, that may be hard to consume, but also you're like, but I know there's an answer to this because I'm looking at it in the mirror. So whether it's someone that really needs your voice to either speak for them or to compose a song, they need your eyes to help them develop the next great big architecture achievement. Maybe they need your heart to really help them with developing some scientific things. They may need your passion to really help develop some homeless initiatives. Who knows what it may be, but you're the answer. Your quest is to find the question. Now, I know it's a really weird thing to think about and look at, but when you look at the moment that happens in your life, it does create a movement, and that movement aligns with your purpose. Now, when you sit down and think about this over the next few days, months, or years, whatever it may be, and whether this registers with you now or down the line, keep this in mind. You're the answer to the question that you seek. That greater you're looking for needs to align and connect with the question that exists already outside. Now, I'll tell you this right now. It isn't easy. It can be confusing. It can be lonely. It can be difficult. It can be painful. It can be a lot of things. But it's certainly rewarding when you wake up every single day, know that you are doing something that is bigger and greater than yourself because you've been put here to align with the thing that needs your connection. I thank you for your time. I thank you for your patience. I thank you for sharing this. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, by all means, drop them below. Follow, like, share, the whole nine. And if you have a chance, please purchase one of these shirts to keep the message with you at all times. Thank you for your time. Have an amazing day and a blessed weekend. I'll talk to you soon.